Hi Gemini, and welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new, remember to hit that subscribe button and also the like button at the end of the video. Now Gemini, this is going to be a general read for Gemini sun, moon and rising signs. But first of all, I would like to say this is going to be a reading for the month of March and also April 2020. I apologize, I haven't been able to get the March readings out early. As you know, there's been a lot going on in the world, in the community. I don't need to go into what it is. We're all fully aware of what's been going on. So it's been a very heavy energy, very chaotic energy, very fear-based energy and consciousness. There's a lot of the Pluto-Saturn conjunction that we've been talking about that was activated in March. And it's also squaring what happened, the activation and the start of it on January the 12th. If you look back at that video, you'll be able to re-listen to the Saturn-Pluto conjunction one that I put up on January the 12th. Whatever's happening in March is also hitting back in January. So you need to take a look at that energy, and the Saturn-Pluto conjunction also goes all year. Okay, so it's really good to master and understand and know what's happening there, because we're going to keep getting hit with it. It's going to be like a roller coaster, and you can see it now. It's the breaking down of systems, whether they're our work, our community, our friendships, our relationships, ourselves, our lives, like our security, our stability, where we thought we were secure, where we thought we were stable. You know, we've got the crumbling of systems, or people, places and situations, I should say, that are no longer serving us, that are no longer going to be able to sustain us, or where we thought we had false security, you know. And the Pluto side of it wants to transform, but it's bringing up the underworld, the power struggles, the power plays, the manipulations, the lies, that we're kind of seeing the darker side, or the underworld side of people, places and situations at the moment. You can see it on the, you know, out in the world, media, you name it. You can see it for yourself out in the world, how people are behaving and everything. So there is a massively heavy energy in Mars. A lot of psychics and readers and spiritual people have been saying, you know, the month of March they've struggled. They can only get out half the information than they normally can. So bear through it. It is heavy. For me, it started in February, a lot of readings, because January, February was the start of the 2020 karmic cycles ending. So wherever your birthday falls this year, that's when you hit your 2020. And so what 2020 is about is closing out karmic cycles. We've had 2019, the 3, reviewing, reinventing, looking at everything coming up. 2020's the cycles closing out. We have to do the work, we have to make the changes. So we've got that going on personally anyway, with all these Saturn, Pluto conjunctions, transits. We have this virus running through, shaking everyone's world up. So be mindful. There's a consciousness here going around that everyone's tapped into, everyone's tuned into. If you are more tapped in, if you are more in tune, if you are more spiritually awakened, aware or sensitive or empathic, or, you know, whatever it is, I think everyone's feeling it now. But if you're more, let's use the word more sensitive, then you will be feeling it tenfold. Okay, and you know, everyone around us is feeling the same way, so it's a heightened energy. So just be aware of that. Stay focused, stay positive, utilize any time down or lockdowns or lock-ins, or, you know, even downturn of work. Keep your mind positive. You know, do not go into those dark shadows. There's only one way out, and that's to think positively, okay? Stay healthy, do the right thing for yourself, for your health and those around you. So, but what I want to get back to is, so we'll do some cards. I'm going to do a little bit of a different reading this month. I've got a little bit of planetary aspects to share with you, but it's going to be mainly cards, and I want to channel through messages from spirit. You all probably know how I work now, clairvoyant medium. That's what I do as a full-time career and job. So I'd like spirit to bring through some messages for you, Gemini. But I'll start with March, what's happening with, let's do a recap. I know we're nearly at the end of March, but let's do a little recap, because what's coming through spirit for the month of March for Gemini, that was a bit of a tongue twister, is Yeah, look, nearly every reading for March, we've had the revelations, we've had the, what do you want to call it, the eye openers or the slaps in the face or the unknown come up, or, we've really been shown, let's say, the darker or the colder or the harsher side of reality or people, places and situations. There's no doubting that, and it's coming up in every single reading. But let's see if we can bring through some messages for the month of March for Gemini. It's a general read. Take what resonates, what doesn't is not for you. Do not make it fit. You might want to check out your moon sign or your rising sign. Sometimes they resonate with us for the month because our charts move and our charts are in different houses at different times, which activates a certain aspect of you or what you're going through. But general readings, you know where to place the information if it fits. Okay, and remember, it can be vice versa. It can be you doing it or someone around you. This is what you're dealing with. So Gemini, I'm hearing this straight away. It's funny, they just, Spirit was showing me, fishing with a fishing rod. And it's like, when you hook a fish or you've caught a fish. All right, so you can tend to get, I think what they're trying to bring through is getting caught up. So where are you getting too caught up or too caught in something? Okay, because Gemini, you rule communication, that mental activity, Mercury, and sometimes you can be way up in your head. So what I want you to do is look at where this theme, I don't know if it was November or December, but this theme runs for you, Gemini, and this is a karmic thing you need to close out this year. Where do you get too caught up? In something, a situation, a person, a place. Where do you overanalyze? Where do you get so caught up that it's like you're losing perspective, okay? And hence we've got March giving us all the truth, all the perspective. And what I mean by caught up is there's like this energy where you are wasting. It's like you get too caught up. It's like, I want to say, Gemini, for whoever this is not for everyone. This is to help you and to help you close out a karmic cycle. Where do you get too caught up where you are actually extending or giving out all of this energy that is not necessary? You're not it's okay to be caught up, I suppose, if we're making changes and making progress. But it's like knowing when to let go, knowing when to reel it in, knowing when to throw out, the bait or the information or the knowledge, and then knowing when to reel it in, or knowing when to surrender or let go, or, and I don't know why I'm starting with that, but that's just the vision I've got, and I'm going to go with it. So we're going to pull some cards because there's a lot of reflection going on for you, Gemini, for the people around you particularly. And I'm hearing the words more personal. So I think career for you, you're kind of knowing who you are, kind of knowing what you want to do. You're also, you've kind of gone and explored information about things, or you've been searching about your career. And I feel you've got that on track a little bit, or you know where you want to go, or you know what you want to do, generally, most of you. But there's, in March, you were shown, you're putting your energy, you're getting too caught up and you're wasting energy over here when you could be putting it in over here. And it's in your personal life. So getting too caught up there. Because some of you, it doesn't matter how much information you're putting out, how much you're saying something, how much you're doing something, how much evidence you're providing, how much real information. If the people don't want to listen, they don't want to listen. If it's not getting through, it's not getting through. So you're very good at, just keep bringing through that information or message or verbal, communication. But it's like I'm hearing for some of you, if it's not getting through, it's not getting through. This is a message for some of you, maybe not for all of you. It'll resonate with whoever it needs to resonate with. This card here represents, this is March, the blindfold. This is self-restriction, or someone doesn't want to look at it or doesn't want to see it. They can just lift off that blindfold, see it, walk away, change. They think they're restricted. They think they're stuck. They think they're caught up. They think they're caught up in stuff, but they're not. They can just wriggle their hands free, lift up their blindfold and see and have a look around and walk away. But so there's the caught up thing. Wherever it feels or you feel you get caught up, you'll all fit that where you need to. But also, if you're dealing with people or you're trying to give this constant information or validation or, let's say, proof or because, you know, I always see Gemini as, because they're great communicators, as the teachers of the zodiac. So they've always got this information to bring through. But, you know, if people don't want to listen, Gemini, the month of March is really showing you who's not listening, who doesn't want to listen. We have an old saying, and you've all heard it. You can lead a horse to water, you can't make it drink. You can talk someone's ear off, you can't make them listen. You can't make them take it on. You can't make them change. And that's where you are investing way too much energy. So it's knowing when to let go, knowing when to surrender, knowing when to, I gave you the information, it's really up for you to do and make the changes. I can't, just because I keep saying it and doing it over and over, that you're going to actually eventually get it. Because no, they don't want to see it, they don't want to see it. If they don't want to hear it, they don't want to hear it. So there's a little lesson there. And I think this is a karmic cycle, not that you have to clear, but master. Because your energy, I'm talking about your energy in you, because the month of March showed you who was working with you and who was not. And some of you may have got like a revelation, a shock, an eye-opener. It could have been someone or something you thought was working with you and they're not. A lot of you are going to be focused on your money. Some of you are receiving money or receiving help or support or a job or job offer, or going to be in around people who can now give to you, okay? There's a lot of reflection, reviewing of where you're at this month, Gemini, the month of March. You know, you're looking at what you've got, what you've grown, what you've built, what you've put your energy into, you know, what you're putting out that's growing other people. But there's time to stop and ponder and have a look. And what's, you know, you are in the hanged man position. It is a pondering time. It's not an action time. This is out of your hands at the moment. A situation is out of your hands. They're wanting you, the month of March, to find your passion within. Stop giving that energy out, that wasted energy out on people who are not working with you, not working for you, with you, rolling with you, going with, you know. These people aren't fighting you, but they're not making it easy. This is like you thought they were, you know, cheering you on, and they're not. And this is people who don't want to hear it, don't want to see it, don't want to listen. Or it's you, vice versa. Put this where it fits, Gemini. So the Six of Pentacles here showing me, though, that more, you know, maybe you're giving too much, maybe you've been giving out too much energy, whatever it is, money, energy, friendship, giving, communication, information, or you've got some coming in also the month of March, which makes you stop and ponder and think. And the universe has kind of said, no, stop, the hangman, don't do anything in March. I believe March for every single reading is about revelation. Just sitting back, it's all unraveling. You know when you tip the wash basket upside down or the trash can upside down and it all comes out and you're like, oh, that's a big mess. Or, oh, I needed to see all that. So you've got to get your passion back. A lot of you, there's going to be heartbreak this month, or old pains, old hurts, old situations come up, which is putting you in this reviewing, pondering energy, reviewing where you're at, what you've got financially, what you do have, what you don't have. You know, your ass kind of stuck in it. You're meant to sit in it here. You're going to get emotional balance. You're aiming for emotional security, stability, balance, mastering the emotions. The King of Cups knows when to give energy, knows when to pull it back, knows when their energy is being valued and utilized, knowing when it's not. That's back to that where I started. Where do you know, and go inward. The month of March, Gemini, is about going inward. And I don't mean doing the Gemini internalizing, going over and over and over. Not getting caught up. particularly where your energy, time, information, wisdom, mastery is not being valued, listened, or heard. Yep. Look, I am feeling there's a little bit of a mess, and because once you do this, once you pull back and go inward and reflect for the month of March, you know, there is an overflowing abundance. There's more than you thought here, because I was just about to say, for some of you unfortunately, for the month of March, due to probably what's going on in the world right now, may have lost a job, may feel blocked and stuck with money or a job or career. But please, there's better coming. It will come back. Or another job, or a better job, or if they said we can't have you now, they're going to call you back in. So don't worry, there's a new path here. There's a new karmic path here for you in the month of March, trying to come through, trying to shed some light, trying to let you to not get caught up and hang in there and be too resilient. You know, what do you want? What are you passionate about? For the month of March, whatever was revealed to you, whatever was painful, whatever you had to see, it is about karma. It is about closing out karmic cycles, because when you hit your birthday, you are really going to close out a karmic cycle. And, you know, get your strength, get your balance, go inward. You know, don't hang on too tightly. But then, you know, if it's finances, just watch your money, just balance that budget. You know, pull the belt in a little bit, so to speak, with finances if you need to, but not over the top, okay? But what I was going to say here about mid-March is, like, look at this. Passion, the magic wand, you're the magician. What do you want? The month of March, if anything, is giving all of us, every single sign has this coming through. I can't believe it. I've cleansed, I've saged, I've shuffled the cards around. The same message comes out. It's reveal time. It can be shocking about ourselves, others, what we need to change, what we need to close out, systems we need to change, the way we need to do things. It is hurtful. There is some pain, there is a lot of stuff, some people relationships ending, some people some past stuff's coming up with relationship stuff. It's time for reflection, not action. So don't get too caught up in analytical or going over it in your mind and driving yourself crazy, or other people, or don't let other people do it to you. Okay, whichever way that falls. Get your strength back by, this is emotional maturity, emotional wisdom, emotional balance. The King of Cups knows how to invest his energy and his time and his emotions in a balanced way. She can keep it their own balance. Then they deal with everybody else. Then they give the information for people who want to receive it. And this will give you your strength back. This is going to give you your inner strength, your inner courage. It's like focus on yourself the month of March. Go inward. Yes, you've had a lot revealed to you, Gemini, and a lot of you will want to take that on and analyze it and fix it and come up with a solution and the information. But where are you putting that energy out that is not being recognized, validated, or heard? It's a very, very, very heavy energy, the month of March. There's not a lot I can say about the month of March. I prefer the month of April, which we are going to ask the cards to give us a message now for the month of April 2020 for Gemini, Sun, Moon and Rising. We're also, because I do want to skip over March because everybody's going through it. Something, and it's big and it's karmic and it's a breakdown of a system. Whether it's a person, place, situation, you to others, you will work this out. But the message here was, where do you get too caught up? Where you're expending all this energy that is just going nowhere. It's just cycling. It's just cycling like in a washing machine or a dryer. And the people are not receiving it and they're not listening. Or you're not listening and you're not receiving and you just keep recycling it. So there's something in there in the month of March, wherever that fits for you, work, career, yourself, partner, marriage, because I've got to talk to a collective here. That's what you need to look at. Now, the month of April, much better for you, Gemini. And even when I read the energy, I feel better in April. Okay, so you've had a lot go on in March. Big revelations. We've got beautiful Venus coming in on the 4th of April, and you are going, it's in your first house. Venus wants to pamper and beautify. Your energy is going to be popular and magnetic because March gave you a big cleanup, revelation, awakening. You know, you had to pull your energy in, go into hermit mode. You had to do all of this stuff. Sort of focus on you, I suppose I'm saying, rather than getting caught up in everyone else's personal stuff that is affecting you. I realize that, but don't get caught up in it. Don't give them the information if you don't need to expend that energy, if they're not valuing it, if they're not listening to it, if you're not making the changes. Go inward, because April, you've got it back on, Gemini. You are popular. You are magnetic. You have a magnetic pull. You know, we utilize these times to put out the information because people are paying attention. They're looking at you. You've got a magnetic pull. It's like all of a sudden you've got a microphone and they can hear you. So the month of April is much better for you. You were meant to go in and do some deep work, deep study, deep revision, deep looking into situations very deeply. You have been and you will be still in the month of April. And it's more inward. It's pampering you. We've got Venus there. Venus wants to beautify, harmonize all relationships. You want peace and harmony. So if we want peace and harmony, we've got to see the best in people. We've got to think about the good things they did, not the negative things. What that one wants to come out, a new you, Gemini. You are the Empress here. Some of you could be birth, pregnancy, a new start, a new you. Okay, but this is an abundant new you with energy and flourishing. You know, the Empress is magnetic. You know, the month of April, you are popular. Your energy is magnetic. You have a magnetic pull on others, okay? And you pamper yourself and you get that energy back. The Empress has a magnetic pull on people. She has an energy. That's come out for you in the month of April. Now, so think the best, stay positive, because I think we need to do that anyway. March was not good. So April, we're more positive. We can feel the vibe coming in. On the 8th, we've got a Libran full moon. And it's falling in your 5th house. Romance, great for relationships, great for friendships. It's great for self-employment or wanting to do something, you know, self-motivated. Changing a business, updating a business, getting more creative in a business, putting something out there. But it's about you, Gemini. It's March, and you had a big awakening about what you put out to others, and it's all about others and doing all this energy out where you are expending that energy. By the end of March into April, you've gone more in. Venus is like, focus on you, pamper you, beautify you, get your energy back, get your shine back, Gemini. You're the Empress here, male or female. You're looking good. You got a magnetic energy. Now talk. Now put your energy out. Now unleash it. And you're in a highly creative energy that is you. This is a new you. Who are you? A new you. And people can say, oh, that's who you are. And if you put out something in business or personal or like a self-employment thing or just you personally, even if it was just you personally, it's the original you. It's you. It's like they go, oh, that's hers or that's his. That's Gemini's energy. That's Gemini's creativity, Gemini's idea, Gemini's energy is what I want to say. And you can put this out there. And on the 12th, we've got Mercury joining the Sun here. Mercury, you love Mercury. You're Mercury, you know, you hang out together. It's your ruler. You've got communication here. People connecting to you, people listening, wanting to talk, wanting to chat, wanting to hear, wanting to listen. And you'll want to be around people who socially inspire you, because the whole theme of April for you is death and rebirth. Oh, the Empress. Birth. Pregnancy, birth, or a birth of you, Gemini. Death and rebirth. Look at this. Whatever happened in March, whatever came up in March, I'm scrapping March. April's it. And it's brought a new you, a new energy, a magnetic pull. You are back on. Your light is back on. Look at the Empress and the light above her head. Look at those stars. Her light is back on. Her magnetic pull is back on. People are now listening. Death and rebirth, breaking through old structures, old ways, breaking down old ways of doing them. All right? A new you. Which brings in this beautiful energy. Mercury joins the sun on the 12th of April, connecting you socially. If you've got a new business, a new idea, you want to put something on social media, you need to socialize. Now, we don't have to go out and speak to people if we're on lockdown. We have social media outputs. We have links. We can talk to people on the phone, however it is. But people are going to want to talk, Gemini. They're going to want to connect, but it has to have pleasure for you. It has to be inspiring. Gemini, if anything, you're looking at your long-term security, stability, what you're passionate about. It's what you love. Everything you look at, everything you do now in the month of April, after whatever comes down, crumbling down in March or revealed in March, you have decided, I am going to do what I love, what I'm passionate about, what inspires me, where I've got so much focus but passion and direction. Now you've got your direction. You've got your strength back. Some of you might need to clear some beliefs, subconscious work, patterns around you, or this new you people are not coping with. Okay? You've got your strength back. You've got your confidence, your energy, your social skills back. It's all happening. Anyone that's deceitful, deceptive, who's not working with you or for you, will be gone. Because by the end of April, the 23rd, we have a new moon in your 12th house, and you are releasing old karma. You are letting go on a deep soul level. You are going so deep in your soul, Gemini. You won't be deceiving yourself. Anywhere you're blocking yourself or being resistant will be released, vice versa, and vice versa to people, others to you, or anyone or anything that's deceptive around you, or you thought was this and it wasn't, or you thought they were this and they weren't, or anyone or anything that's not working with you where you thought they were. You are releasing an old karmic pattern on the 23rd, the new moon, the 12th house, and then you do that again on your birthday. On your birthday, you are releasing something very big, very karmic. Now, just backing up, on the 12th, you're networking, you've got that vibe back out there, people are connecting, your light's back on the 20th. We've got the sun in the 12th house as well. This is going to make you go so much deeper on a soul level, way beyond where you've gone before. You're even going to look beyond the material. It's nearly like some of you are going to get a lot more spiritual. You're going to say, well, this money's great, or this job's great, or this situation's great, but you know what? I have to love what I do. I have to have deep pleasure in what I do. I have to have passion. I have to have a spiritual connection. And I do think that is the running theme for the whole, let's call it universe, with this Saturn-Pluto conjunction. Everybody's having their wake-up call. We're realizing that where we're not happy. We're realizing where we thought we were happy and we're not. We're realizing that money or our job or our security or our stability was not as stable as we thought. We weren't as happy in a job or a place or a situation as we thought we were. And this is a deeper, more spiritual, going beyond the material. So it's nearly like, yes, we do think about that stuff. We're not saying extremes where you won't. You have to, make your money and pay your bills and all of that. But you are going to really want set a path, set a new karmic path, or you're ready for your birthday karmic releasing to set a new path. And you'll be balancing up the spiritual and the material. It can't be all one way and the other. This is the big consciousness that needs to tip over. You know, we love a lot of money, but we can't have money and be unhappy. You can't be all spiritual and have no money. Well, you can, but I'm just using this as an example. You kind of get what I'm trying to say here. For the month of April, you are getting, oh wow. Some of you may have been studying, working, or really looking deeply, or really researching. This is someone sitting at their desk doing a lot of work, a lot of research. And this is super focused, super passionate. I know my direction. I know where I'm heading. I know what I love. I know what gives me pleasure. I know what inspires me, and I'm moving forward. And nobody can talk to this person. They're just doing it. They're going forward. So you are moving forward. You have got a new inspiration, a new energy, new ideas, new innovation. And that's what's brought you to be the Empress and bring your energy back and bring your light back on. And the Empress, she does ooze a magnetic field. Empress, Emperor, male, female, same thing. It's just an energy. You know, this death and rebirth has made you go in. You had the Hermit in the end of March. Now it's in the start of April. You did go inward. You had to go inward and get your energy back, your light, reconnect with you. You're going in on, the Hermit's back, going in very deep, very spiritual, deep connection, rebirth, death and rebirth with yourself. Your job, your security, your stability, whether it's your job, your money, or your home. This is security, stability. Long term, you have to be passionate about it. You have to have a fire in your belly. You have to be inspired by it, or inspiring others, or you need others to be inspiring you. And you have, your focus, the reason you have to do this and you have to make this change and not get so caught up and try and fix or change something that they're not listening, and all of those lessons you needed to learn about extending your energy or information or not, back and forward, is because you're emotionally exhausted, mentally, emotionally, physically exhausted, drained, depressed. It wasn't working for you where you were trying to push ahead, and you realize that needed to change. Subconscious pattern, belief system, and needed to change. You want more connection. You wanted that connection. Look at you. You've got your strength back. You are looking good. This is charisma. Well, she's got all her pentacles here, the strength, the inner confidence. The Leo card there. Look at her strutting her stuff, male or female. She is walking. She's looking good, smelling good. He's got his little vibe going on, his magnetic. She's sitting back. She knows her value. She's ready to take action. The Queen of Wands, the male, female, it's just an energy. Sitting back, knowing their value, knowing their worth, knowing where they're heading, moving away from this, not getting caught up in immature deceit, deception, where people aren't doing the right thing by you or for you or you to you. You know your value. You've got your strength back. You're ready to take action on this now. Wherever there was fighting, arguing, conflict, some of you, and it's not the legal card, but I feel like some of you, a legal issue may have been going on. You're ready to move beyond. You're moving past. You're looking into the future. You're ready to travel, move on, move it. And it's so funny that's popped out at the end, because actually in your astrology, April's, well, not good for travel now, but you have got travel there. But that doesn't mean we can't dream about travel, or we can't book travel in the future, or you might be planning a trip with your family or something. Now, you can't travel now. I'm not saying to travel now, but you know, this is about travel, looking beyond, moving beyond, past all this conflict, fighting, arguing. And for some of you legally, I got the message it's going to be put to bed. The Wheel of Fortune's happening at the start of April. You've got wish fulfillment on the Empress card. Ideas, inspiration, innovation, new ideas, self-employment, entrepreneurial, you know, energy like that. Whatever it is for you, and it can be in a relationship, in your life, or in your career. You've put in deep, deep, deep thought. The Hermit card, the deep contemplation, going in on a very deep soul level to see who you are, where you're going, what you really want. and you had death and rebirth in that in April. You're going forward with passion, long-term security and stability, whatever that is for you, whether it's a relationship, a career, or all of it. It has to be passionate. It has to be passionate, and the universe is stepping in. This is universal. This isn't just happening to you, Gemini, individually. This is the universe doing it. And I actually said this in someone else's reading. I think it was Taurus at the end. You're not fighting the universe. The universe is saying you are doing this. It's for your long-term security and stability, whether it's a relationship, personal, career. You've got to do what you love, what you're passionate, what you're inspired, and now the universe is stepping in, making you do it. You need to go with the flow. You're over it. You're done. You're exhausted. You need to go with the flow. You will get your focus and your passion back if you just go with the flow and let go. Surrender. Remember I talked about release, knowing when to release it, hold on, where do you get caught up, when to put it out and reel it in. Put it out and reel it in. That's what going with the flow is. Being in tune with that. There's a major healing, major karmic release and healing here for soulmates or a relationship. And a very deep, like this is wounding in a child, wounding, healing, a relationship, a soulmate that comes in for some of you that will bring about this amazing change and really clear where you were stuck or blocked subconsciously. For many of you, it's just back to that. I want to connect with people that inspire me, heal me, spiritual connection, all of that type of thing. A new world, you're getting a new world, you're back. Your power's back in April. You're getting a new beginning, new start, new world, new paradigm. That's what the universe, see, I knew it. You are ending a karmic cycle. You're back in your power. You know your value. You went deep. You went within. You're going to have a spiritual awakening, particularly a releasing of karma towards the end of April, Gemini. And you're moving away from this. Wherever you were deceiving yourself or others were deceiving you. Deception doesn't mean someone's cheating or someone's playing up. We can be deceptive. We can think we were this sort of person and we're not. And we realize that. Or we thought we wanted this, but we really don't. That can be deceiving yourself or where you were being deceived, okay? Yes, it's completely overwhelming. It's completely emotional about conflict. Who's not liking this new you, new change, new inspiration? You had a deep connection. Some people will be left behind. There is fighting, there is conflict. For some of you caught, it's going to get all sorted and revealed and finalized, I feel. You're going to know who's not working with you or for you, and you're moving on. Yes, it's emotional, but you had a big heart awakening. You had a big heart activation. This is the heart. This is overwhelming emotion where you have no choice but to go into that 12th house, that deep spiritual soul connection, and release. Release karma, release something that was blocking you subconsciously or hidden that you didn't know, that's just trying to bring you into, soulmate connections, soulmate relationships, whether it be personal or career or business. Nurture yourself. There's Venus, mother card, nurturing, loving. Whatever it is, more nurture, more love. This is the mother card. She can go to work, father card, mother card, parent. The nurturer, more nurturing, Venus energy at the start of the month. You're giving to others, you're giving to yourself. She can provide for the family. She can go to work, she can look after kids and partners and vice versa, male, female, whatever it is. And look at this balance. This is connection. They meet in the minds, the hearts, the souls. It's got to be equal. It's got to be balanced. I've got to be inspired. You've got to inspire me. I've got to inspire you. We've got to work together. Are we giving and receiving equally? Gemini is the twin. Twin flames. Twin partnership. Twin friends. Twin groups. Twin, They're meeting in the minds here. That's what I keep getting drawn to. In the hearts, offering this equal, balanced, harmonious energy. Whereas I think a lot of you realized in March, you might have been trying to achieve this. and it was falling on deaf ears. For some of you, that's a message for some of you. Wherever you were giving out, for some of you, whoever you were giving out, giving your cup of love and it wasn't coming back, there's an ending. For many of you who you've got this cup of love, okay? And there is an ending and a completion of a cycle for you, Gemini, in the month of April. So enjoy. We'll see you next month.